Okay, so before you can actually use the tool, step one in the process is actually for you to download a separate file, which is actually an SQL file, but it's something you need to download before you can actually use the tool. And in order to download that file, you have a choice of downloading a 32-bit file or a 64-bit file, and that really depends on your operating system. So how do you find that out? So if you go to your if you right click on system, on your start bar, if you've got Windows 8, click on system. This tells you in the middle under system what kind of operating system you have. This is clearly a 64-bit. If you don't have Windows 8, then you can go to your control panel by right clicking your start bar, or going to control panel. Going to control panel, and under system, click that system and it'll show you the same window. Okay, so that clearly shows what bit operating system you have. It's quite important. So unless you get this right, the rest of the installation will not work. Okay, so we know the operating system. The next step is to actually browse to the location where you can find the file. Okay, so you'll go to Dropbox. Okay, it's in Dropbox under Interface Associates 2, under IT Development, and then you've got 2 files in there. There's no other files except these 2. So choose the appropriate file to download and install. It's either going to be SQL 64-bit or 32-bit. So for me, it'll be 64-bit. And then you just run the installation and accept all the prompts that come up, any warning messages about this application trying to be installed on the computer. Just accept it and let it install. And then the rest of the installation is quite straightforward. Okay, so this tutorial is just to show you how to install the Associates School Vulnerability Tool. So I've set up an email to myself to go through this demo. So this is exactly what you will receive. So you will receive a message from me. You'd open up the email, and it'll be a message, and the actual file will be enclosed in a zip file, a .zip file. Just double click on that, click on open, and then you have the unzipped file, and it ends in a .exe, so it's an executable file, and its name is Interface SVT Associates. And then you double click on that file, and then you get this Windows protected your PC dialog. And it's simply, when you look at it, you think, actually there's nothing I can do to install it. There's no option to run this file. There's no option even clicking OK. If you did have to click OK here, if you clicked OK, it'll just exit the installation. So just have a look. Your PC might be slightly different if you don't have Windows 8 on your as your operating system. So read, because it will definitely give you some kind of pop-up, because you're running an executable file, which any PC won't like doing. Unless you know who the source of the file is. In this case, you know I'm sending it to you, so that's fine. So just click on more info, and in this case, now we can now click run anyway. So we click run anyway. Then you get the user account control, and this is a standard prompt that will come up, and just say yes, you're happy for this to run. And then you get the setup for the SVT Associates, and I'd suggest just running through the basic default settings. So you click next, click next, click next, create a desktop icon. If this is not already selected or checked, then just check it, because you can, sometimes it'll be checked, sometimes it won't be, but make sure it's checked. Go next, install, and then leave the last option checked, so you could actually launch the tool to see if it has installed correctly on your PC. And then click finish. The database password is interface with a capital I followed by SVT, that's Sierra Victor Tango in caps. Click OK. You get the security notice, say open, and once you see that screen, you know that you've set up the tool correctly. I want to show you that that has been set up correctly. So we'll exit that. Let's go to my desktop, and you can see that the SVT Associates icon has been added to my desktop. To add it, or sorry, to check whether it's working correctly, you can just double click on it, throw in your password, say open to the notice, and there you go. Okay, so you've successfully installed the application, and this is the first screen that is presented to you when you launch the application. It's otherwise known as the Associated Tasks and Progress Notes form or window, and it's designed in such a way that everything you need to do is found on this one form. So let's briefly describe the form. We've got the list of associates on the left. Okay, we'll use me as an example. Clicking on myself, and then on the right we've got a hot lead list, or these are the potential clients, and these potential clients will be particular to the person who's been selected here. So if we as the central team have allocated a potential client to you, then it'll only appear on your list if you select your name. Okay, so we'll use Peter Connor. Clicking a particular contact will give you a list of tasks that need to be carried out for that contact. Not just tasks, it'll give you date assigned, the date we actually assign it to you, including the time. This is the target frame that we'd like the task to be followed up by or actioned by, and the date completed is something that we will do centrally. The task owner is simply the person responsible for completing the task, and in this case these tasks are all for the central team. So this is a very basic definition of a task. Okay, so it doesn't give you much details, but so it is suggested that you double click on each one of these tasks to look for further information about the tasks. They might not all have a lot more information behind them, but there might be something in there that might help you understand the task a bit better. So if we double click on that, it'll give us a little bit more information about the task itself. This is a read-only view of the notes, so you can't amend anything here, but it does give you, as I say, a little bit more information about the task. Okay, so you've got all your tasks down the list. Clicking on a specific task will provide an associate progress notes or updates list on the bottom here. And this is where you will be doing the majority of your work. So you will be updating as things happened, as you follow up specific tasks. You simply come and click here to add new note. Let's do that quickly. It automatically defaults to the time now. Let's say progress notes, if we can spell progress notes, and that's all you have to do. So you complete just the note field, give us progress, what's happened, what is it that you've done on this task, save and close, and it adds it to the top of the list in this list here. And this is a quick and easy way for us to see what's going on centrally for all the tasks that we allocate to all associates. And that's essentially it. And I'll just say that once you feel this particular task has been completed, just add a new note and write the word completed, full stop. Simple as that. Save and close. When somebody accesses this information, it's quite quick and easy for us to see that this task has been completed. And that's it.